Yatagarasu destroyed me. From racking up more deaths in the ending than I could count, to doing the stupidest run I've ever done on a level.
You're fucking kidding me. No. I just did the whole level.
Finishing the RGB trilogy ended up being the toughest experience I've had in GD in a long time. This level has the most stressful ending I've played, along with the most insufferable pre-drop in any level I've ever tried.
I literally can't get consistent at this rate.
Anyways, Yatagarasu is quite the journey, so buckle up, because this is going to be a big video, and I hope you enjoyed today's episode of GD Progression. So back in January 2025, I beat Sonic Wave as a new hardest by a long shot. After what that level did to me, I had no intentions of playing more hard extreme demons and didn't even consider beating the RGB trilogy until about 3 months ago when I beat Erebus. I thought I'd do Yatagarasu while after Erebus, knowing that it's way harder, but I got too greedy and decided to just go for it and finish the trilogy. So that is how our story begins on day 1 of Yatagarasu.
Wait, what was that from? What was that from?
The first run. That was 75-200, my best run of day 1, alongside doing 83-200 7 times to try to prepare for the end, which didn't pay off whatsoever. But anyways, day 2. I went back and basically learned everything from 40-100. I wasn't really good at it. Day 3, just tons of grinding from the drop and learning everything. These sessions were really long. I was trying my best to get what I could. Day 4, I decided to procrastinate learning the pre-drop, because I heard horror stories from fellow Yatagarasu victors about how horrible it is. So I decided to do 62-200 twice to try to get better at the ending.
Nice, I did He Who Shall Not Be Named 200. I was close to dying at like 98 there.
After that, I did decide to give the pre-drop my first shot, and oh my goodness, does it feel impossible at first. The timings at Wreckage's part, these weird gaps at Woogie's section, Eugene the club set monster, and of course the impossible wave of Jazer's part. This part put me through so much. You'll see soon enough, trust me. I spent hours grinding this damn pre-drop, which is about all I did on day 5. It is hilarious how much harder it is than any other part in this level, and it's not even close. Anyways, on day 6, I was finally doing the pre-drop, and for some reason I was playing from 4% and got to 45 from there.
I just did 4 to 45%.
So it's basically 45% from 0. But yeah, what kind of dumbass would play from 4%? Why not just play from 0 at that point? Like, imagine doing a far run from 4%. Who would do such a thing? Anyways, I got my first ever death at Eugene, the legendary club set monster.
Oh shoot, I almost passed the pre-drop.
But shortly after, I got something way further.
Oh my god, I will take that, I will take that.
Some very solid progress. 33 was kind of a fluke. And I kept the momentum going because on day 7, we got a run of 53-100.
Okay, I finally did Michigan 200.
Oh, but then day 8 was absolutely insane.
Oh, I just forgot to do an extra click there.
I was trying to get some good runs to 100 to eventually do drop to 100. I was getting really far from 26%.
That's really stupid. I just fell under a slope.
But then somehow already, I did what I considered to be the biggest run I needed to beat Yatagarasu. And I got this from 21%, aka the drop.
Yes! Oh my god! I'm ready to drop 200. I didn't even do 4200 or anything and I'm ready to drop 200. Oh my god.
This was just shocking. That was literally the best run to 100 I wanted on this level. Even though the pre-drop is really hard, maybe it won't take too long to finish this. This is what I would have said if it weren't for the fact that we were not even a quarter of the way there. But anyways, day 8 was fantastic. Day 9 wasn't. I just spent this day being stuck and suffering at the pre-drop. My first taste of the horror of the Yatagarasu pre-drop. The typical Yatagarasu experience. But for some reason, I just did this from 12%.
Okay, what? It's kind of unnecessary. Well, yeah.
No pre-drop passes that day, but I did 12 to 81. That was insanely random, but really good run. On day 10, well, I did nothing. Day 11, however, I was doing a lot better at the pre-drop, and I ended up getting some good stuff from 0.
Okay. Oh my god, that is literally the dumbest thing ever. No! Not the last click of the ball.
It felt great to finally be doing better from the pre-drop, which is always such a roadblock. Day 12 I didn't play much and didn't really get anywhere, but day 13 was a different story, because I started off by getting another massive run to 100.
Yes, okay, that was really good. That was really good.
I just casually nearly did the drop to 100. If I could get runs like this, I should be close to beating it, shouldn't I? And then I also managed to get a new best that day.
No way, dude. Oh my gosh. My hands were so sweaty that attempt. My heart was freaking pounding.
I progress fluked through Michigan's part, which is a pretty big choke point, by the way. Somehow fluking one of the level's biggest choke points. However, on day 14, that luck would not last, because I started to get far a lot from 0, but the choke point kicked in.
I wanted to get back to Michigan today. Dude, it's been 23 minutes.
The first death here, I was still just really hyped I was able to get this far, but then it happened again.
Ah, fair enough. Those are some of the hardest clicks of the level.
And again.
Okay, well.
I also got this really stupid death at the part right before Michigan, which is one of the easiest parts of the level.
That is the stupidest thing ever. I actually died to Zelda from 0.
And then I carried the mind block into day 15 too.
Oh my gosh, I'm barely even getting nervous at Michigan anymore. I practiced that a billion times! It would be ideal to start passing that part maybe for a change.
And you want to know what happened the one attempt I did pass Michigan? I died to by far the easiest part of the level.
That's a buffer click!
All of that just to pass Michigan and die to a part that's genuinely easy demon difficulty. But then finally, I broke through the block and I got this.
I got to Lugia! It was the last drop attempt of the day! Yeah, I really expected to die there. I should have practiced that more. Yes, let's go.
Well, that wraps up day 15, an amazing day. I proved that I could consistently get far a bunch and even get a new bet. Now, around this point, I had a trip coming up, so I really wanted to beat this level before that if I could, by a miracle. But day 16, I was just stuck at the pre-drop and got no good runs. And then on day 17, I was not doing good until something insane happened, and I already had my chance.
Oh my god, no way. No way. No, I almost just beat it. I didn't though. Dude, I was literally just about to go to dinner.
Looking back on this is painful. It was only day 17 and I could have beaten all the pain and suffering I would have saved if I just went ahead and beat the level. Back then, I thought I was super close. But let me tell you, we're not even nearly halfway there yet.
What even was that? the invisible bird jump. I'm getting very far right now. I need to lock in. Dude, no.
These were my last attempts before I had to go on a 5-day trip. On that trip, I got in 2 sessions of Yatagarasu, but I did horrible. The setup was really weird. But it's always pretty painful when you're so close to beating a level and you just can't play it due to existential circumstances. However, on day 21, when I came back, I got a really insane run.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure, I guess.
Unfortunately, on day 22, I did nothing. And day 23, I got a little something.
Early bird gets the early worm. I am the worm, and the early bird is getting me.
And then for some reason, I began to notice sometimes it felt like I was void clicking.
Okay, like right there. It really felt like I clicked.
But on day 24, I had a sudden burst of consistency.
I've seen you die there multiple times. How did I die there?
I was getting a lot of really stupid deaths, but I was getting really far too. And I pushed it further.
Oh no, I got 68. No, dude.
I was getting so far so consistently. This was easily my best day on the level yet, but every death was just so stupid. Still, it was a great day, but this marked the point where I began to rack up so many deaths in the last half.
No, I did my last click too late.
Over the coming days, it just kept piling.
Well, that's lame.
And piling.
Dude, it was just getting good. No!
It made no sense. Every far attempt like this should be an opportunity to beat the level, at least for most Yatagarasu victors. But for me, it was just an endless loop of random stupid death. Keep in mind, these last few clips were over the course of multiple days, and what I didn't clip is all the times I'd be struggling with the Jazer wave in the pre-drop and feeling like I literally couldn't play from zero. And for some reason I couldn't get anywhere playing from start position, so I just stopped doing that. Some days would suck, some days I was really consistent. And then on day 29, I was playing for literally 4 minutes and I got this already.
It's been 4 minutes. That was the stupidest death ever.
That was an absolutely insane start. And this day I just kept consistently getting far.
No, no, no!
I had a ton of other really far runs that I just didn't clip, and it was the best session yet. And here's when things get kind of weird. But then for some reason, day 30 sucked, and I got literally nothing. But then day 31 was really good, kind of?
Just look away from the screen and pretend that nothing happened. Let's forget about that moment. What number did we just die to, guys? Alright, so I died to Evazium again today, which is pretty stupid because that part is not that hard at all.
It was just such a disaster. The days where I was really consistent, I just rack up so many stupid deaths at these easy parts that literally nobody should be dying to.
Anything but beating Yatagarasu, I guess.
My best day of consistency, but so many stupid deaths. I don't know how to feel about this. And then day 32, I decided to just not get anywhere and suck at the level. Day 33, I decided to do the same thing and get only one decent run.
Well, we got a good attempt today, at least.
This is where things started to get really bad. I started having a bunch of horrible days. And then even the days where I was good, I just rack up so many stupid deaths. I just felt lost, like there was nothing I could do. And was really on the verge of dropping the level. And then after the horrible session on day 34, it was time to make a change. Yep, I dropped Yatagarasu. Everything went wrong. My playtime nearly doubled since I got 88. Every consistent day I'd just die to the end. Some days I'd get completely stuck at the pre-drop and not be able to get anywhere. It just felt like there was nothing else I could do other than take a break. So I decided to do Black Blizzard instead because I really needed to do something else.
Yes! 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 Oh my god!
After a bit over 2 weeks, I complete Black Blizzard, which was actually way harder than I expected, and put me through quite a bit. But I beat it so early into the stream when I did, that I decided to spend an hour and a half playing Yatagarasu derusting. This was day 36, and obviously I didn't get much, but derusting was very necessary. However, day 37... Day 37. Let's just say there was a bit of an incident this day. Only my second day of derusting Yatagarasu, something happened. Let me tell you a little story. This is a blue orb at 4%. For some reason I was dying here when I tried to play from zero. So I decided to go to a star position at 4% just to practice it and get a little better at it. And then here's what happened. Alright, there's no way I'm doing this right now. Honestly, just died to the end on purpose. There's no point of finishing this. Now, just finish the run. Come on, it'll be funny. Alright, screw it. Let's just see what happens. Hopefully I misclick an orb at the end and die. You're shitting me.
You're fucking kidding me. No. This is a fucking prank. Wait. Oh my god. Everything before that is just complete filler. That's kind of like really annoying.
Oh my. So I beat Yatagarasu, but didn't technically beat it. I couldn't even begin to describe how infuriating this is. When I say the pre-drop in Yatagarasu is hard, I mean everything from 8% plus. Everything before that is just easy peasy lemon squeezy. This was just so stupid. And you wanna know the best part is I wasn't consistent at all. That was just a complete random lucky run. Alright, well I did get 81 from zero, but that was also lucky. Because the next day on day 38, I did absolutely nothing. Day 39, still pissed about the 4 to 100 run. I got a few good attempts from zero.
Okay. I don't know why I've died there like a billion times. It's not a choke point whatsoever.
And over the next few days, I just racked up more and more ending deaths.
Okay, well, I almost beat the level. I didn't, but that was still like really damn good. What the heck?
By now, it was day 42 and I decided to change my approach. Clearly, just going from the completion for zero for such a long time has not been working out. And I began to realize, every time I tried to play the ending in a star position, I was always really inconsistent at it, which made me angry and upset to play it, so I decided to just play from zero instead, which looking back on it is a huge mistake. I never gave myself the chance to build more consistency at the ending. If I was so inconsistent from a star position, how do I expect to be consistent from zero? I don't know what I was thinking. which meant on day 43, I got no significant runs, but I was building a lot more consistency at the ending, so it was worth it. Day 44, though, something really weird happened once again. I wasn't even gonna play Yatagarasu at all today. I was in fact just building a layout, and I just randomly decided to play one single attempt from zero, and this is what happened. I played one fucking attempt. Wait, dude, no, I'm not even joking. My consistency on this is so cooked because the next day, I didn't even get any attempts nearly that far. A first session attempt being further than any attempt I got the next day just felt so weird. At this point, this all just felt so stupid. Remember how on day 17 I got 88%? We're now on day 44, way more than double that, and I haven't even beaten that best. Or, you know, beaten the level. And the fact that I have 4 to 100. This all just felt so stupid. Like there was no reason at all I should be stuck on this level still. And then came day 46. I finally, after such a long time, had another chance. Oh my goodness, wait, I'm about to beat Yatagarasu.
Wait, hold it right there. Not so fast.
Mr. Yatagarasu, please let this be over. After all the mind blocks, after 4 to 100, please, I just want to move on.
Oh, you think I would let you off the hook that easy? After how many times you've insulted me, my pre-drop, my gameplay, and everything. Who do you think I am?
Look, sir, I made a severe and continuous lapse in my judgment. I will never disrespect Yatagarasu again. Just please let me clear.
You shall suffer. See you later, alligator.
No! 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 Fuck you! Fuck you! Oh, damn it, man.
Quite the tragedy. But honestly, kind of expected. I was never good at that part. But that was not all for day 46. I had by far the most consistency I've ever had on this level.
No, oh my goodness. Oh my god.
It was just insane run after insane run constantly. I just don't know how I was doing it. And I also casually got this run from 26%. I'm not even slightly nervous right now. These runs just mean nothing anymore. And I had way more insane runs than that. I just didn't bother to clip them. I had 10 post-Mitch gun attempts that day. I bet most Yatagarasu victors don't even need that many to beat the level. But here's me getting all that in one day. Despite all the frustrating deaths, I was very hopeful. My consistency was great and I knew it would be over soon. Or maybe not. Like the works of some magical force, I just lost all of my consistency the next day. None whatsoever. No good run. After having by far my best day on Yatagarasu, it was just all gone the next day. And so as day 48. Like, what? How was I this close and then now this far again? Day 49, I just decided to not stream. I just try to regain some of my consistency with some end level grinding. And you know, it was not bad. I got a little something. And then it came around day 50. This day was going pretty alright. It was pretty mid. Until the unexpected happened. Ladies and gentlemen, after 50 days of grinding Yatagarasu, after a disaster of an experience, so many mind blocks, after sitting through this insufferable pre-draw more times than I could count, after having an inconceivable number of last half deaths, it all led up to this.
Yes! 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 Oh my god! Oh my fucking god! Oh my god! I beat Yatagarasu! I beat Yatagarasu! I just beat the RGB trilogy! I just beat the RGB trilogy! Is that just real? Is that real? I don't know how that just happened. I thought this was gonna take me a few more days. I thought I like lost all my consistency. I just beat Yatagarasu. I just finished it. You second hardest by a long shot. Alright, time to check the attempts. Oh, that is so much. That's like 35k or something. No, I don't know, like 30 something k. I have so much freedom. Yatagarasu. I've always been a big fan of this level. The deco is pretty cool. Some parts in this level just have awesome art. The song is really epic, and the climax and ending of this level is super duper epic. Funny Games part's gotta be my favorite. This part is so awesome for 2.0, especially the way he rotates things back when the rotate trigger wasn't a thing. I've always really wanted to do this level, but was scared of it. I suck at long levels, and I find levels in this difficulty range really hard. It doesn't help what I went through with Sonic Wave, which this level is supposed to be not that much easier than Sonic Wave. So it feels very cool to finally have the RGB trilogy complete. It feels like a huge milestone to finally reach. Anyways, let's go a bit more in depth on what this level put me through. I want to make it clear in case there are some things I didn't mention earlier. Now, at its core, a majority of this level is some pretty fun and satisfying gameplay, but a lot of it is not. Obviously, of course, we have the horrors of the pre-drop. The chaser wave felt like it should have gotten consistent, but never fully did for me for some reason. The transition from Jaser's part to Woogie's part was really inconsistent to me for a while. This wave is super duper awkward. Eugene the Clubstem monster is a jerk, and these final clicks of the pre-drop are pretty scary. It was weird. Some days the pre-drop was super consistent. I remember one day where I almost passed it 3 times in a row, and some days the pre-drop just felt like a jail that you could never escape. But yeah, obviously the pre-drop is by far the hardest part, specifically Jaser's wave. And then you get the whole drop area, which is quite fun, and I like it quite a bit. Until you get to this shit. I don't know who made this. I think it was Vermilion. This part's kind of weird. It's not too hard, but I always felt like I was clenching my cheeks when I got here. I don't know, kind of annoying. Then you got Zelda's part, which is really easy, yet I managed to die here multiple times from 0 because I'm stupid. And then Michigan's part. This part is quite a choke point for sure, but I think it's a really satisfying and cool part, so not complaining too much. After this, the level gets much easier, or at least for most people. For me, I found some things to be huge choke points in the ending, like this ship at about 66%. I died here so much. Of course, Lugia's part of this kind of weird dual ship thing, and these wave sections that are actually really tight. Then you get the entrance into Funny Games part, which I actually died here a lot. This flying is hard. And then Funny Games part, which I never got fully consistent at because my brain can't handle all these moving objects. I found the Riot's finale to actually be very difficult and scary. Honestly, kind of surprised I only died here once from 0. With all that being said, I have to be completely honest with the enjoyment rating. I'm giving this a 5.5 out of 10. If you were in the streams, you would know that I was suffering quite a bit and did not enjoy my time with this level a lot. There are some sessions that were really fun, but most were sadly not. And to rank it on my hardest list, this is no question. Of course, this is quite a lot harder than Erebus, but not as hard as Sonic Wave. So that means another second hardest from the RGB trilogy. Hopefully I'll do a new hardest in a few months, but obviously that is very intimidating. Overall, I am absolutely disgusted by how I'm blocked and how long this took me. So that means I'm going to chill out for a bit. No difficult extreme demons next. For what I'll actually be doing next, I'm not 100% sure. I'll kind of just mess around, maybe be an easier extreme demon, maybe try to beat my own layout, maybe just grind some easier demons. I don't know, but I'm going to take advantage of the freedom that I have now. Anyways, that is all for today. This is one of my biggest videos yet and took forever to make, so I thank you very much for watching all the way till the end. Here are some more GT progression episodes very similar to this on screen. If you enjoyed this and want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you want to increase your geometry skill by approximately 5%. And yeah, have a good one. Hope you enjoyed.